Trump's base, JLo's case, and Trudeau's face. Coming up today on the Season 4 premiere of The Point.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas me faire? Tu me fais pas peur. Plus de souper avec tes parents.
Hello and welcome to The Point, the only talk show bringing gay and straight men together to see what happens. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome to Season 4, our season premiere.
It's crazy. Hello, everybody.
How's everybody good? Everybody had a good summer?
Fantastic.
Had a great summer.
Had a great summer? Well, you know who hasn't had at least not a great fall?
Nobody
It's
has a great
talking
fall.
point number one. Let's jump into it. There's a lot to catch up on from the summer. Talking point number one, a whole new world.
Aladdin?
Oh, new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Oh, I know what this is about.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
So October 21st is the Canadian election, and the incumbent prime minister,
Didn't we just have one of these? Like,
Liberal
Thank you.
Justin
minute ago?
Trudeau.
Sorry.
What, an election?
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. It was 2015.
That was like when the show started?
Was it?
Remember, because it's 2015.
I do not remember,
he
sorry.
said that. Anyway, so so the Conservatives and the Liberals are sort of neck and neck in national polls, but Justin Trudeau, sort of Prince Charming to the world in a way,
Not anymore.
he got into some trouble. I'm gonna put, okay, everybody has seen that photos emerged that show him in blackface, brownface, whatever you want to call it. When he was teaching at a private school
I think people
in
are forgetting.
2001.
Maybe he was just dressing up as a coal worker.
Okay,
It's
so
not that offensive. Is that the line for season 4, guys? Because it's going to get a lot worse. You kidding me?
so it was a private school. They had a fundraiser. It was a party. The theme was Arabian Nights. He dressed up as Aladdin. I'm going to show the photo. Everybody's seen the photo, but I'm going to show the photo just to remind you. Okay, good. Then after the photo came out, he went on kind of an apology tour, saying that he regrets what he had done and that he had changed over the past 18 to 20 years, and he finds it offensive and he regrets ever doing it.
Why is this only coming out now?
Yeah,
Because the election's coming up and the Conservatives released the photos.
So why
to
didn't
try
it
to
come
damage
out
him.
the first time
Exactly,
that
4
he
years, 4 or 5
ran?
years ago.
Why didn't it come out
Because
when he
they
first
didn't
ran?
know that he was, because when somebody is the current prime minister, same thing in the States, the acting president, it's harder to beat someone who's already in that job than someone who doesn't have that job.
Yeah.
So the Conservatives had Harper in before, and they didn't feel the threat in the same way and didn't need to try to dig up as much dirt. Plus, the Conservatives don't have anything to actually run on that's worthwhile, so they only can find dirt.
And the Liberal, stuff comes out before elections. The Liberals circulated footage of the Conservative candidate for Prime Minister, Andrew Scheer, a speech that he had given back a number of years ago, comparing same-sex marriage to a dog's third leg.
Yeah.
It's a weird little speech. Basically, it's a very anti-gay speech, saying if you call a gay marriage, it's not really marriage. The same way if you call a dog's tail another leg, you can call it a leg, but it's still a tail. So Andrew Scheer...
I get it, because he's an idiot.
Yes.
Got it.
So, things come out before elections. Fine. Do you hold it against Trudeau that he did this 18 years ago?
No.
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 I mean, Faye, I'm particularly curious because obviously you are a person of color. I know, right?
I was going to make the same joke, but it's funnier when you
I'm
do
a
it.
Caucasian woman. I don't know what you're talking about.
What was your reaction to this?
Honestly, I didn't have that much of a big reaction. I mean, I'm kind of used to it by now. I mean, not the shock value of someone actually being in blackface. I'm kind of used to it by now. But I mean, the thing is, you can either vote for now the homophobe or the racist. So it's kind of like.
But is he a racist?
Is he a racist though?
No.
Like, if you look at it at face value, he could be.
I see what you did there.
Yes, but probably not. He's probably. But he's
You
probably
just had no
not,
idea.
but-
The
yeah.
only.
Yeah.
He was
The
just
main
dressing
difference-
up as a Disney character. Like that's
20 years
20
ago.
years ago,
30
you know,
Rock
I
did
mean,
black.
I don't think-
Hold on, 30 Rock did blackface like 5 years ago. Like,
Which
and they
is-
did it multiple times.
First of all, it was hilarious.
Hilarious, 100%.
But it was also proving
Is that the
a point.
excuse?
that was like satirical,
But-
right on.
Yeah.
Can we just really quickly, along the lines of just asking everyone if we hold it against him, Fred, 20 years ago, did you have viewpoints and do things that are completely unacceptable today? Because I can say I definitely did. I had very,
100%.
like
I mean,
terrible.
I'm sure. It's funny because Trudeau was asked, are there other, because another photo came out of him in high school at a talent show where he was playing Harry Belafonte doing the banana song, and the media asked Trudeau, are there more photos that are going to come out? And he said he didn't want to commit to a certain number of photos because the high school thing he didn't remember. So if he says,
a lot of
oh,
stuff I
that's
don't
it,
remember.
there may. So I actually thought people criticized him for that, saying that, oh, so he's high, who knows, he can't commit. But
Show me
I
a
thought
photo
that
from
was
last
honest.
June of him in
Yeah,
blackface,
yes.
and we'll make this a huge fucking
Absolutely.
issue.
This is
But
20
it
years
is
ago.
20 years ago, 18 years ago, whatever, and he recognizes that it was wrong. Like
Andrew
I was
Scheer
talking
still
to,
does not.
He does not.
Still has
Yes,
not
I do-
apologized.
Yes,
So
the anti-gay stuff that Andrew Scheer has talked about, he was asked.
He's continually talking about it.
He was asked when Andrew Scheer came out so strongly, oh, Justin Trudeau must resign.
of course.
The media asked him, well, will you respond, will you apologize for your anti-gay comments? And he said, well, that's in the past, and I'm just looking in the future. But
But he doesn't recognize that it's wrong. Because I was thinking about this recently. Like, when I was a kid, the thing was when something bad happened, oh, that was gay. Like that's the go-to thing was always something is gay or someone's a fag or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like it was the go-to thing. And I would never even think to qualify something like that now because my feelings or viewpoints or anything, I guess I didn't even really think about it when I was a child, but like is completely different now.
Yeah.
So you can grow, people
have
do
to
grow,
evolve, yeah.
and society grows as well.
And
And, we should all recognize that like maybe we did bad things when we were younger, but are we continuing to do bad things? Do we have the intention of bad things to hurt or take away freedoms and rights and all of that, which the conservatives obviously want to do?
And don't we want people to change and grow and evolve? Barack Obama in 2008 was against same-sex marriage. He was pro-civil union, but against same-sex marriage.
I still don't believe that he actually was, but
Yeah,
fair
but
enough.
politically.
Yeah.
Publicly.
But publicly. He evolved on the issue in part because Joe Biden put a pitchfork in him about the issue, and he evolved on the issue. Don't we want politicians and our leaders to evolve, to change? So even if you think, and I think what you said was interesting, that you're kind of used to it. It was interesting to see a lot of people of color, voters interviewed in the press after this saying, I don't hold it against him. And the same thing is happening in the States with Joe Biden, because of stuff that he has done in his past. And African Americans say, I'm so, I have to be pragmatic, right? I'm used to white people doing dumb things in the past.
We all need to be pragmatic.
Right. So, what we need to do is start a broader conversation. And if Justin Trudeau has spent the last 4 years of his prime ministership admitting in more Syrian refugees than...
And look at his cabinet, look at did you see the thing, the conservatives posted a thing, it was on Twitter and probably other social media, and it said, a diverse group of people, whatever. And literally, there was, I think, maybe one woman, maybe two, but they were all the whitest of white people, and they're still trying to push the diversity of the Conservative Party.
Right.
It's like, are you
so
kidding me?
down the line, does this scandal change your vote, however you would vote?
No.
Tito,
No.
Faye,
No.
Adam,
No, I have brain cells.
Doug.
Not at all.
No.
The fact of the
Okay.
matter is that white privilege is real, and when you're younger, you just have no idea the privilege that you have and what is
Yeah.
really bad and what's not until you grow
Yep.
up and you learn. Like, it's just that.
You grew up.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're watching him grow up. I mean, we've watched Justin Trudeau grow up ever since he was the son of the former prime minister.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shift there's the Canadian election is almost upon us, but there has been big news this past week in the American presidency and election. Donald Trump, that man, because of a phone call that came out that he had with the Ukrainian president. Oh, I'm going to get his name. I have to look up his name because I'm going to say it wrong. Zelensky, Vladimir.
Still pronouncing it wrong.
Still pronouncing it wrong. But the Ukrainian president. So Donald Trump. Okay, so
He looks like he's like Rodney Dangerfield, not getting any respect.
I don't know. I think he's kind of
no
the
respect at
Ukrainian
all.
president is kind of cute. Interesting about the Ukrainian president,
When you put him beside fucking
he's a
Donald Trump.
comedian who played the president in a Ukrainian sitcom.
What?
Yes.
By next year, the U.S. is going to elect Alec Baldwin.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay, so Ukraine is fighting a war with Russia. Ukraine was promised by the U.S. Congress, which appropriates funds, money to help fight Russia. Trump gets on the phone with the Ukrainian president, says, "Oh yeah, I got that money for you, but I want you to do me a favor first, though."
Why do you sound Canadian?
And what?
Your accent just sounds so Canadian.
Oh, did it? Oh, wow.
Well, because he can only do Bernie. If
Right.
he's doing an American.
Do a favor for me. Look into Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden and their alleged wrongdoing in Ukraine. Something that there's no evidence of any. Hunter Biden did do some business in Ukraine, but there's no real allegation of Hunter Biden doing anything wrong, other than maybe use his name to get business deals. Anyway, now, after all this time of impeachment not really being supported by a vast majority of Americans, certainly not by even the majority of Democrats in Congress, this has forced the hand of impeachment. And now the Democrats actually have a majority of people in the House to impeach the president. Question, is that politically wise, being that the majority of Republicans in the Senate
It doesn't
are likely not to convict?
It 100% is the right political move because of two reasons. Okay, so one, it's the morally right thing to do. Because there are a lot of crimes that he has committed that are completely impeachable offenses, but for some reason the U.S. has gotten caught up in this idea that, oh, well, he just commits them all publicly, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They ignore the fact that just because you know about them doesn't mean they're not illegal. So that's one issue. So they absolutely morally need to do it. But the other side of it is they need to do this even if the Senate is not going to get rid of him, actually remove him from the seat. It is important to shed light on all of these crimes, this corruption, and to have some sort of counter-programming to all of his ridiculous bullshit that's going to go on over the course of the next year to even have a hope of getting him out of office. Because I don't think he's going to get out of office from the impeachment. He will get out of office if he is voted out of office.
Right.
Whether or not he will go is another story.
Everybody should know impeachment does not mean removal from office.
Yeah.
The House impeach, which is like an indictment in the criminal justice system, and then it goes to a trial in the Senate.
Like
and then
Clinton
the Senate,
was impeached, but he
Clinton
didn't get
was
removed.
impeached, but
as
he
a
was not
president.
removed from office. That's correct. But if he remains in office, even though he's impeached, can Trump say, "See, they couldn't get rid of me. No collusion."
I think there's enough people who don't
He's still gonna
understand.
Is it what?
He's still going to say that regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's always going to say
I
that.
just don't understand why it's only happening now after all the shit that he's done.
Well, I think, I think because people didn't really understand. I mean, the Russian collusion, some of it was before he was elected. There was a question of whether or not something that happened before you become president is grounds for impeachment. I think people, even through the Mueller report, people didn't really understand.
There's no interpretation to this the way that there's interpretation to other things. You know what I mean? Like if you talk about going to rob somebody, it's different than if there's video, or in this case, a transcript of you holding a gun to someone demanding they give you what you want.
This is a clear quid pro quo.
Yes.
And they also don't seem to understand, because the Republicans think like, oh, well, they didn't say that they would do it, so it doesn't count. Like, they don't have to have Ukraine doesn't have to actually have done anything for it. It's asking someone for it is the crime.
Right. It's,
whether or not they followed through and it all got completed doesn't matter. The asking is the crime.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have compared it to The Godfather, you know. You got a nice country there. Shame if not something would happen to it. You know, that's what Trump was basically doing, threatening to withhold the funding against Russia. And of course, this even brings in the Russia element because Ukraine is in a war with Russia, and Trump and Russia, it's a mess.
It's literally.
I did hear something though, that somebody did say that there are potentially, I think they said something like 35 Republicans who would get on board if things did go
in the Senate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, which
As far
is
as,
very,
like, in favor of
yeah,
impeachment?
if they pass
Well,
the
a
impeachment
removal.
in the House in terms of
Or
actually
removal.
removing.
Oh, you're talking about the House.
So if the House like
If the
actually
House
impeaches him,
impeaches,
then
there are yes.
Republican senators who would finally actually step up and not keep
Yes.
ruining
Yeah.
our country. But that's a very flaky source. I think it was Jeff Flake that said it. But anyway, but who knows? We'll see what ultimately happens.
Well, regardless of whether or not Trump is impeached and removed from office, there's somebody that we don't want removed, and that's Tito, because it's time for Tito's
Are
midpoint.
you sure you don't want me removed?
No mercy, baby.
All right, so we're playing On Point, and it has to do with Emmy fashion, of course. Me and red carpets go hand in hand. So let us begin with
Wait, you have a red carpet?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
Zendaya.
On point. Didn't even need to put up the picture.
She
boy.
is wearing some custom Vera Wang, and she looks flawless, stunning, gorgeous.
More up.
More up where? On the boobies
Yeah.
or on the waist?
Yeah.
No way.
They look, it's a little low.
I can't wait for her to get nominated for something having
She's
to do with
also got
Euphoria
legs from
because
here to
she's been
fucking
incredible.
forever.
Everything's great.
Is it Zendaya or Zendaya?
Zendaya.
Zendaya? Okay.
Did I say Zendaya?
No, I've heard people
I
say
sometimes
Zendaya.
say Zendaya, yeah. Is it Zendaya?
That's what he says.
Zendaya.
That's what she says.
Next we have Kendall Jenner wearing Richard Quinn.
Wearing my
I
grandmother's sofa throw.
I love.
She is the only good person of that family.
I like it, but I hate it at the
No,
same
I hate
point.
it.
I love the latex underneath.
I
and then
don't
the dress
like
on
the latex
top.
at all.
It's just like giving you a different.
No,
I didn't even
juxtaposition.
notice the latex. That's so gross.
I agree with Fred, though. It does look like a grandmother's couch pattern from like the
That you put over
1940s.
your like bondage element.
It looks like tar was dripped.
You love it?
Tar
You
dripped
don't?
on
I
her body and then dried.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
kind of hot.
It's just it's like hard and soft together. I think it's great.
Oh, you like that hard and soft together, don't you?
Next we have Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
I like this.
On point.
Yes.
Wearing
Yeah.
Dolce & Gabbana.
Who is this person?
I don't know.
Game of Thrones.
Game of
I don't know, but
Thrones.
I gotta get to that
Did
one.
they win something?
Have you not
They
seen
won
that?
lots of things.
Neither have I.
I heard
Don't
it's
get me
good.
started. That's so
Especially
stupid.
the last season.
Anyway, he looks handsome. I don't.
Wait, why is it so stupid that Game
had
of
like
Thrones?
one of the worst
Seasons ever.
reviewed seasons
Yeah,
ever.
I know.
Why are you winning? You shouldn't have been nominated for anything.
It's because the Emmys does that. It's like they do it
popularity contest?
for the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they don't, you actually get nominated per specific episode.
Yes, but
Yeah.
yeah, the political
Yes.
element.
Yes.
Does he get to like choose what episode you get nominated?
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
Because
You submit,
I know
you
what Drag
submit.
Race. They got to
really?
choose. Yeah,
Yeah.
they get to choose whatever.
There was someone who submitted themselves actually, like I don't remember who it was, but
From Game of Thrones.
no, from
No,
some other.
yeah,
show.
from Motion. Yeah, I heard about that.
I
Yeah.
think they won.
They won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another GOT boy, Kit Harington.
Nice.
Why does he look
He looks
so mad?
so
You
great.
just eat a fucking lemon?
He looks good. It's basic.
I feel
but
like-
he looks good.
I feel
Super
like
I
basic.
like that he's not wearing a tie.
I feel like I need a bow
It's
tie.
great.
I don't like this. It's too
feel like
basic.
It's basic,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something wet just touched him, and he's got that like that kind of stance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh god.
Maybe he has
But it
gas.
looks good.
Maybe he has gas. That's true.
That's not wet.
Next, there's Taraji P. Henson wearing custom
Fabulous.
Shakira Wang.
Fabulous.
There was a lot of pink and red on the carpet this
She
season.
looks fabulous.
Again, we're back to the curtains.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But it works. I think I like it.
What's going on?
I think it's all right.
You
But
know what? I actually changed my mind. I don't like it anymore.
I don't like it.
I don't like it anymore.
Hey, wait, Faye, you were pointing to something.
I don't know. Like, is this what ends? Well, like,
That's like
That's
the
where
skirt.
it's, that's where it
that's the
starts.
skirt there.
Yeah, so you're not seeing everything right through the.
Right. Yeah.
Right through the curtain.
I feel like it's just like an awkward length. Like, will this thing end?
It's a mini skirt underneath and then the
Yeah.
chiffon on top.
Yeah. There might be a little bit of hoochie coochie that you're not supposed to
drapes.
see, but yeah.
Well, let me show you how to really do red and pink together. Is Mandy Moore stunning?
Actually, I do not like this.
I feel like it's too plain.
So
love it.
beautiful.
I
plain.
think
It
when I first saw this photo, I thought it was Lana Del Rey.
So?
That's a compliment.
How does that have anything to do with the outfit?
It doesn't look like Mandy Moore.
Mandy
Oh, I can
looks
see it.
beautiful.
It doesn't look like her style.
Her co-star also wore something very similar to her, and
one?
which is funny because they always end up wearing the same colors on the red carpets together.
I don't know.
Here's what's kind of cool
The
about this
black
one.
one.
You know that thing, like, I'm
Her
gonna look
brother's
to
wife.
the straight guy
Is it just you and I?
I guess I just realized it. But you know, like when like a girl like takes the bra down and then does that little shrug and it like comes off kind of thing. It looks like this whole outfit is one shrug away from just.
See now, what I was thinking is, you know, when like your girlfriend or whatever wears like a large button-down shirt of yours and it kind of like falls off.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's super hot.
Either way, both great examples, and I think it's on point.
Yeah.
It just looks like classic Hollywood, I find.
Yeah.
It looks
You're
like something
classic
like.
Hollywood.
Well, that's very Lana Del Rey.
Thank you.
Next.
Another This Is Us.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Love the color.
I want to
The
steal your
color.
suit.
I
sir.
hate the color.
I love it.
color.
I love it, and it looks good on him because he's got
He's
that sort of like
blonde.
blonde, light brown. No, it looks
I
really
almost
good on
stole
him.
a suit that looked like that because I love it so much.
I almost stole him from the red carpet.
He's hot, but I don't like
You steal him, give the suit to Ori.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Awesome.
Then you can keep him naked.
Next, we have a winner that night, Jodie Comer, wearing Tom Ford.
I like it.
Who is this?
I don't know who this is.
Plays opposite Sandra Oh. in
And Killing Eve.
Killing Eve.
Nice.
Yes.
Sandra.
She
She won for
looks
her
good.
role on Killing Eve.
It looks good. I don't know
watch that
her,
show.
but it looks good.
What's that
really
on?
good.
Crave?
Yeah, I think
It's on BBC America.
You're on BBC America. Big look.
Next, we have Gwen.
Oh my God! What?
You know what? I'm doing it. I like it.
Only he's in a costume.
Love it.
She looks like Jesus.
Did she
Coming
just
up to
walk off the set
Halloween,
of Game of
guys.
Thrones?
No.
Yes.
What
yes.
is this?
She is the
It's
gatekeeper.
Gucci, honey.
No, she
No,
looks like she stole something from the Game of
Game of
Thrones
Thrones,
wardrobe
yeah,
room.
literally.
She just walk off set.
No, she looks like she just like descended from the heavens and she's like Jesus.
Go back up.
But it seems also like you said this is Gucci. It's like these designers are getting bored now, so they're just like,
Well,
let's
they
see
take
what
a
kind
lot.
of crazy
Well,
shit we
okay.
can just
They take
do.
a lot.
Okay, well,
from-
you know who looked fabulous? This is your last one, right?
Last one,
There you go.
Billy Porter, wearing Michael Kors.
It's
I don't
his
like
hat's
it.
getting
It's
vacuumed
terrible.
I
off.
love it.
But I
love
still
it.
like it.
I love it. I love the hat.
Is that a tie scarf?
Oh.
I like
Yes.
the tie scarf.
It's a tie scarf and heels and
I still love
everything
that.
and a hat and
That
it's just
big
a lot.
gown that he
Maybe an
wore
extra
too.
just-
Yeah.
That one thing that
Yeah.
was my favorite.
He looks
of
great.
He always
He
always
looks
acts
great.
on the carpet.
Well, thank you, Tito,
Thanks, Tito.
for today's fashionable midpoint.
Oh, you're welcome.
No mercy, baby.
And we're actually running low on time, but let's get this in. Talking point number 2, JLo no-go?
Let's get this in.
Listen, JLo is a queen. She should
you.
take the whole freaking halftime. I don't even know why
Why
Shakira
is-
is there. I don't know anything. Why does Jay-Z have anything to do with this?
Why is Jay-Z deciding who's playing during the Super Bowl?
Because so people are upset about JLo and Shakira being chosen as the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Why? Because they're both awesome?
Well, okay, so this is why people are upset. Jay-Z has, like, he's part owner, or he works for the NFL now, and people are angry at Jay-Z for giving cover
Because
for
of
the
Colin.
NFL being sort of racist over the whole Colin Kaepernick, take a knee.
Not to mention the cover-up over the brain damage and all of that. There's
So
lots of things.
now, partly because of Jay-Z, JLo and Shakira are the halftime entertainment. People are saying, I'm not saying I agree with this. Don't give me that look.
I'm just waiting for the connection. Like, I don't get it.
They're angry that
He's causing
that
more attention to the NFL, getting JLo to be in it.
He is choosing people who are not political to perform, and there are critics who say that there shouldn't be any musical entertainment until the NFL gets their.
Wait, they want political people?
They want political.
So, like, he
they
wants, like,
want,
Elizabeth Warren
But they're
to
both
be
Latinas.
the halftime entertainment
They
at the
basically
Super Bowl?
want, like, remember Beyonce did the.
Yeah.
That's what people want.
That's what people
What does she
don't
do?
want, I feel like.
No, the people who were criticizing Jay-Z, that's what they want.
Of course.
Well, yes.
They want
But not
a
everyone is
halftime
Beyonce
show
and gonna have
of
Black Panthers
basically
on-
Colin Kaepernick coming out and bending the knee for.
Yes.
Okay, Adam,
if you're
go.
also-
I just love
Go.
Jennifer Lopez. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
she
you want
puts on a
someone to
great
put
show.
on a good
Yeah,
show. It's
exactly.
And
Jennifer
after
Lopez.
Hustlers being so big, like everybody's gonna be watching.
Right, and so people are angry that this will bring more viewers and more people to the NFL, and people.
But is that not his job? Like,
Here's the other
Yes,
thing.
but why does he have this? I'm playing devil's advocate here. Why is this his job?
Why is it his job?
Legit,
Because
why
they
is it-
paid him money to do it.
Right.
I mean, are we really surprised? It's fucking Jay-Z. Like,
Here's the other thing, though. This is a people are upset situation where people are upset.
Yes.
Nothing matters. It's going to happen, and people will forget about it. It has nothing to do with anything, and nobody actually cares about this.
and
You know
like,
what I
you
mean?
don't
Like,
like, know
so
whether or
true.
not they're gonna do something
Yeah,
political
they
or
can
not.
still
Like, they
do
still
it.
Right.
could.
So, I would say withhold judgment until after the show. But anyway, Tito, Bop of the Week.
oh my gosh. Bob of the Week is Tiesto featuring Mabel. It's called God is a Dancer.
Nice.
I thought
says
Rhythm
to
is a
Mabel, I says.
dancer.
Rhythm.
And God is a woman.
She is, but she's also a dancer.
No, God is a DJ, and life is the dance floor.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But no parking on the dance floor.
No parking.
Oh my god.
If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube.com/thepointguide. Point Guys helps us greatly, costs you nothing. Of course, don't just subscribe, but hit the bell. What did you come?
That's what happens every time we hit the bell, or he just.
Hit the bell so that you're notified every time a new episode is available. We're also available on the new streaming service Fearless.
Holy poop.
So go to your app store and download Fearless for all their great content. If you really want to help us out, go to our crowdfunding site. That's at Patreon, patreon.com/thepointguys. Our audio podcast is also available on iTunes. Let us know what you think about anything we talked about today. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at The Point Guys.
It feels like we need a break, and it's literally been one episode.
Thank you
Buckle
all.
up,
Thank
everyone.
you. Now that we're into the new season, we have a new show every Tuesday. So we will see you next Tuesday on The Point.